Elizabeth, what's taking them so long?
I don't know.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, excuse the wait. We do appreciate your patience. My name is Stephany, and I'm going to be your medical assistant for today. Are we here with Elizabeth?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Elizabeth. How old are you?
I'm 8 years old.
Okay, and who's the guest that we have here today?
Hello, Miss Stephany. My name is Marvin, and I am Elizabeth's father.
Nice to meet you guys. How may I help you guys today?
Hey, so today we came to find out a little bit more about food and environmental allergies. So, what are allergies?
So, allergies are highly sensitive reactions that happen to different individuals depending on the substance and the allergens. So, depending on the allergens, depends the reaction. So, it can be a full body reaction or it can be a reaction depending on certain parts of your body. For example, it can affect your nose, throat, and the lungs, and that can cause the wheezing, the coughing, and the runny nose. In this case, we're going to be talking about environmental allergies and food allergies.
So, what are allergens?
So, allergens are a substance that cause an allergic reaction. So, for example, milk, eggs, and peanuts are very popular food allergens. They might cause an allergic reaction with certain individuals, and because of that, those are allergens. And those, in simpler terms, are food allergies, the milk, eggs, and peanuts.
Okay. So, I wanted to ask you also if you can go into further detail into food and environmental allergies. Can you please explain to us?
Yeah, of course. So, food allergies are reactions that happen after eating certain foods. For example, seafoods. Like say, like you eat seafood and you start breaking out into hives and you get all itchy.
Right.
That is a food allergic reaction. And then an environmental allergic reaction is, let's say you're outside and then you come back inside and you're all itchy, or you're around something and it's in your surrounding area that affects you and you break out into different symptoms. That is an allergic reaction.
Okay. Miss Stephany, so how can I know that I am going through an allergy? In other words, how can we diagnose it?
So, in order to diagnose an allergy, it's very important to monitor your child's symptoms. So it's very important to monitor Elizabeth. And if you see her with like a runny nose, itchy eyes, red, she's like itchy, and it typically happens after certain activities or after eating certain foods, then that is important to note and keep in mind. And if it keeps happening after certain things and it's like a common thing, then you can like take her over to an allergenist, which is a doctor who treats and diagnoses allergies. So they might order blood tests or they might order skin tests, and then from there, that's what will determine the allergen. And he or she might often ask if anyone in the family has any allergies. So in this case, does anyone in your family have any allergies?
Yes, actually, it's a great thing that you mentioned that because Elizabeth has a younger brother whom it's awful. It's severe. Every time he goes outside and from playing, even a minute, 2 minutes, and he gets back in the house, his face all swelled up, puffy, his eyes are red, he's runny, and it's just awful. So with that being said, what are some ways that those allergies can be treated?
Sorry to hear that about your other child. That must be horrible.
It's horrible.
But it can be treated. Allergies, there isn't a specific cure for it yet, but there is different treatments. So typically the first thing would be to prescribe, the doctor might prescribe medication that can be taken orally or through nasal sprays or ointments in case like the child breaks out in hives or the patient breaks out in hives. So allergic reactions are treated differently. So although there is another family member in the family with allergies, it won't be treated the same way that it will be treated for Elizabeth, because everyone has different severity and everyone has different symptoms. So we'll take the prescription and give it to the patient, and then the patient will carry it with them and make sure to always have it with them. So Elizabeth, it's very important that you know what triggers you and what you need to stay away from. So the triggers would be the allergens that we talked about, so things that give you the allergic reaction. So let's use peanuts. For example, if you get diagnosed with peanut allergy, that one is a very common food allergy, and that can also be life-threatening. So So it's important that whenever you go to like food events or at school, you make it known that you have a peanut allergy because that, like I said, can be life threatening, and if you have it, that can cause a full body reaction. So making it known to everyone around you that you have that is important, and that can be for whatever food allergy that you may get diagnosed with. And then for environmental allergies, it's very important to monitor your time outside. Um, so, like, say you're outside during pollen season, monitoring like the time outside, what you touch. Make sure you wash your hands when you come inside, and also taking your prescription as prescribed. And we're talking about environmental allergies, and I'm talking about pollen, but environmental allergies can be anything that surrounds you, like the mold, dust mites, insect bites, and different factors like that. Those are environmental allergies. I know typically patients, they think about pollen, but it can be anything around you. So it's very important that you carry whatever medication that's needed. The EpiPen is a very important one if you have a severe allergic reaction, because that can stop the reaction from going any further. So just keeping in mind your triggers and stuff like that. Was that good? Do you need any further explanation on that one?
I think we're good on that.
Okay.
I mean, you've supplied more than enough information, so we're definitely going to take this and go back and make sure that she's good, and that especially her brother's good. Thank you for all this useful information.
No problem. This is some information that I want to share with you guys. So this is some more further information about what we talked about today, the environmental allergies and the food allergies. There's one for the parent and one for the patient.